This is the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, and this is probably the best off-roader you can buy today. If there is a car that can literally scale any mountain in this world, it is the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. And before you G-Wagon and Defender boys go into the comments saying that the Defender or the G63 is better, let me tell you why the Wrangler Rubicon is still the benchmark in the world of off-roading. While your Mercedes G-Wagons and Land Rover Defenders might have incredible off-roading capabilities, I don't think anyone with a 4 crore rupee luxury SUV is going to be doing anything like this, or even rock crawling for a matter of fact. And that's why the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon is still unmatched in the world of off-roading. And as you can see on the outside, you can immediately see that this car is purpose-built. It does not have fancy looking rims or special color options. Instead, it gets plastic body cladding, incredible ground clearance and unmatched water wading capabilities. And of course, this being a Jeep Wrangler, you can literally dismantle the whole car, including the doors, the roof, the windshield, and make it bare bones and go off-roading on your favorite trail without any sort of problems for visibility. And that is one of the reasons why this car is still so highly regarded. While the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon looks rugged, is built like a tank and can pretty much tackle any terrain that you throw at it, the engine options are just as impressive internationally. In the US, you can spec the Rubicon with a 3.6 litre V6, a 2 litre turbocharged inline-4, which is the car that we have today, a 2 litre turbo petrol with a plug-in hybrid setup, and if you really want to go all out, there's the Rubicon 392. That one gets a 6.4 litre Hemi V8 pushing out a strong 470 horsepower. Off-roading or drag racing, Jeep really seems to have thought of it all. But Jeep forgot to think about one small thing, and that could turn into a pretty big problem. One thing that Jeep hasn't thought about, and let's be honest, Jeep has thought about most things in this car, is that if you want to steal this 2 litre turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, you can easily do it. Just unhook these two clamps and lift the bonnet and you have easy access to the engine. Talking about the engine, this is a 2 litre turbocharged 4-cylinder engine making a healthy 270 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque. And while most big off-roading SUVs have bigger displacement engines, trust me, this 2 litre packs quite the punch. Jeep Wrangler Rubicon can complete the 0 to 100 kmph sprint in 8.1 seconds, which is very impressive for an SUV which weighs 2.1 tons and has a 2 litre 4-pot powering it. Moreover, there hasn't been a single point in time where I felt that this 2 litre 4-pot has been underpowered. Even on the steepest and most slipperiest slopes, this thing can climb up without any sort of hassle. One thing that the 2 litre 4-pot is really bad at, it is fuel economy. I have not seen this fuel gauge go above 5.5 kmpl, and yeah, that's a proper gas guzzler. Apart from that, this engine is paired to an 8-speed automatic gearbox. Again, not the fastest shifting gearbox in the world, And that's because this is a proper off-roader. So you get an off-roading gearbox as well. You have 2 high, 4 high auto, 4 high part-time, neutral and 4 low for those extremely steep and slippery slopes. Apart from that, you also get a whole bunch of off-roading features. You can lock the front and rear diffs. You have an off-road plus mode, which basically changes your throttle response, your brake response, and a bunch of other things. And you also can disconnect your sway bar, which can allow you to get more wheel articulation so that you can go over the weirdest and most difficult rock situations that are there. So yeah, when it comes to just pure off-roading capability, the Wrangler Rubicon is basically second to none. Obviously, this massive off-road SUV isn't really at home in the city. Visibility is decent, but judging the car is very difficult because of the elongated overhangs and the flared arches. Moreover, 5 kmpl. That's the best fuel economy you're gonna get in the city. But what about the interior? G-Wagons and Defenders are only second to 5-star hotel suites. So how does the Wrangler stack up? While G-Wagons and Defenders have amazing interiors with the best quality of materials like leather, Alcantara, suede, metal, the Wrangler's interior is not the first word in luxury. Everything in the interior looks, well, pretty fairly normal for an 80 lakh rupee car. Nothing really special about it, but what is special is the robustness and the durability of the Wrangler's interior. Yes, everything kind of looks plain Jane, but the thing is, everything in this interior has a purpose. For example, this center console over here has a lot of buttons, but that makes sense because if you're doing crazy off-roading where mud is flying into the interior of the car, a touchscreen with mud on it will probably not work. So that's why it's great to have proper tactile buttons. And also, it has a little bit of luxury here and there. You have a heated steering wheel and you have heated front row seats, which is not really of use in India, but if you're somewhere cold, of course it's going to be of a lot of use. Apart from that, if you look at the interior, the doors mainly have nothing really on them. That is because you can completely remove the door and it's just a matter of 2 or 3 screws and the whole door comes off. And that's why the window switches of the Wrangler are over here in the middle. More stuff over here in the middle. You have your off-roading gearbox, you have your locking diffs, and you also have these 4 buttons which are written with the label of aux. That means you can literally connect extra accessories onto the Wrangler and directly connect them with proper buttons. And this car has one accessory from Jeep itself, which are these auxiliary lights which give you extra visibility if you're off-roading or doing some adventure during the night time. Apart from that, it's your regular Jeep interior. You have a nice chunky steering wheel, big fat comfy seats with the Rubicon logo on it, and honestly speaking, it has a great speaker system from Alpine as well. Overall, even though the interior does not look something which will appeal to a lot of 80 lakh rupee buyers, if you're a true hardcore enthusiast for off-roading, this is exactly what you want. One thing I forgot to mention is that if you plan to cross your local lake, well, you can take the Jeep Wrangler, of course, and if there's excessive water in the interior, this car comes with drain plugs, so you can completely flush out the water from the interior. And also Jeep has fitted this really cool side step, which is automatic. Apart from that, go to the back and there's even more utilitarian stuff. First and foremost, split tailgate, spare wheel on the back, and this window folds up so you can have a nice little seat over here. And that's not the end. In case you want to have a picnic, just take off these clips and you have a cool little picnic table over here. And again, one more thing that's really cool about this Jeep Wrangler is that you have these little storage holes for screws. So in case you want to remove the roof, the doors, the windshield, you know exactly how many screws to remove and where to keep them as well so that you don't forget them in a random place. So thoughtful. Honestly speaking, I've spent almost 4 to 5 days with the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, and this has to be one of the coolest cars that I've spent my time with. I love low-slung sports cars. That's really what I like driving. But one thing is for sure, that the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon is such a cool car, and I would definitely have one if I'm in the world of outdoorsy, off-roady kind of stuff. And I have to say, when it comes to off-roading, no other car in the world comes close to the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. Let us know your thoughts on the Rubicon in the comments down below. Would you choose the Rubicon, the Defender or the G-Wagon? Comment your pick down below, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.